Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show. We are so glad you're here. Today we talk about this. Some new data just coming in. 5.4 million student loan borrowers are delinquent on their loans. That's a lot. We'll dive into the numbers in just a bit. First, just a reminder, anytime we talk about a topic on the podcast, you can find the article associated with it where you can dive deeper, get more data, just find out more about it at thecollegeinvestor.com. You can also see us on social media pretty much anywhere you are. Just search for the words The College Investor. We're probably there. All right, so let's dive into this new data. Federal student loan borrowers are under intense financial strain, to say the least, as serious delinquencies kind of hover near record levels, according to new data released by TransUnion this week. In July 2025, 29%, of federal student loan borrowers in repayment, or like 5.4 million, were at least 90 days behind on payments. Okay, this figure is slightly lower than the April 2025 peak of 31%, but it marks the fifth consecutive month with more than 5 million borrowers past due. The modest improvement does suggest that some households are managing to catch up, but the overall level of delinquency remains historically high. For just comparison's sake, delinquency rates prior to the pandemic hovered around 10 to 15%, depending on income and loan type, according to the College Investor's student loan statistics. Direct quote from Michele Raneri, Vice President and Head of U.S. Research and Consulting at TransUnion, said this: "While the percentage of federal student loan borrowers who are seriously delinquent has slightly subsided in recent months, it continues to remain decidedly elevated." End quote. The proportion of borrowers in serious delinquency is extremely elevated, I should say, and once they reach 270 days, they're going to be in default and face wage garnishments, tax offsets, and more. It's not good. This comes right before tax season, too. Yay, when millions of Americans will be depending on their tax refunds. Let's talk about affordability and confusion, which kind of drives missed payments. Behind these numbers kind of lies a simple reality here. Many borrowers say they simply cannot afford their monthly payments. Nearly half, or 49%, basically half, of federal student loan borrowers currently missing payments cited affordability concerns as the main reason. A third said they were prioritizing other bills, like, rent, paying the gas bill, or medical expenses, over their student loan payments. Food, and that makes sense. However, there is confusion, which is also playing a big role. Nearly a quarter said they were waiting for more information about loan forgiveness programs or repayment programs. This aligns with what we're seeing with confusion around the SAVE plan and other student loan repayment plans. It also kind of aligns with the common sentiment we saw when borrowers' credit scores were first impacted earlier this year. Many had no idea they were in default. Just shocking. Oops, So one of the big issues is that inflation and higher interest rates have kind of squeezed all of our budgets. During the 3-year federal student loan payment pause, a lot of borrowers took on additional credit to just cover living expenses. Now, resuming student loan payments means juggling new debts alongside old ones. The sentiment captured in TransUnion's survey underscores the issue here. Borrowers expressed widespread anxiety about the potential resumption of wage garnishment and other collection activities. A lot of people worry that these measures could harm their household finances even more, particularly for lower-income families who are already struggling with housing, food, or childcare costs. Let's talk about those collection strategies, which may change borrower priorities. So the DOE, Department of Education, has the authority to garnish wages, take tax refunds, even withhold social security benefits from defaulted borrowers. With the collection activity already picking up and resuming, a lot of borrowers are having to rethink how they approach their bills and their monthly budgets. TransUnion's latest survey found that while most borrowers prioritize their mortgage and auto loans first, the prospect of student loan collections kind of pushes student loan payments higher on the list. In practice, that means borrowers may choose to let their credit card or their personal loan balances slip before missing a student loan payment, which just kind of digs another deeper hole. Student loan borrowers are a small subset of borrowers, though, too. It's worth noting that the elevated delinquency rates apply specifically to student loan borrowers who are already in serious trouble. While 5.4 million borrowers represents a significant portion of 43 million borrowers in the federal student loan portfolio, they do represent a relatively small portion of the more than 200 million credit-active consumers in the U.S. Still, the impact on lenders, servicers, and the broader economy is far from negligible. Of course, lenders managing auto, mortgage, and personal loan portfolios must account for these borrowers' shifting repayment priorities, particularly as involuntary collections come back online. So here's what this means. For millions of households in student loan delinquency, the next few months could bring difficult choices for you. If borrowers do end up in default, they could see their paychecks garnished or refunds seized. That may force some to make student loans a higher priority than other debt. And by the way, if you rely on a refund check for your taxes, get a hold of your W-4, talk to your HR person, and make sure you're not getting as big of a check. I know it sounds kind of weird, but a bigger check means you're getting too much withheld from your paycheck to begin with. Get more money in your pocket up front. All right, that's just a side note. But for families still current on their payments, the data provides a warning. Rising delinquencies in credit cards and personal loans suggest that falling behind in one area can quickly spill into others. So budgeting carefully, making student loan repayment plan adjustments, or consolidating all your other debt could help avoid more serious financial consequences. Federal student borrowers do have some options before they go into default, including getting on an income-driven repayment plan and picking up on your payments. Get them lower, because income-driven repayment plans can cap monthly bills at a percentage of your income. And even lower-income borrowers may have a $0 per month legal loan payment. No joke. Borrowers in default may also be eligible for rehabilitation programs, which can halt collections if certain conditions are met. 3 takeaways here. Number 1, defaults are high. We know this. Like a third of borrowers in repayment are 90-plus days delinquent. Only a slight improvement from earlier this year. Number 2, collections could shift your behavior with wage garnishment, tax refunds, and all that kind of stuff on the horizon. A lot of borrowers may prioritize student loans ahead of other unsecured debt. And number 3, affordability is the central issue. Nearly half of delinquent borrowers say they simply just can't afford payments, underscoring the pressure of rising living costs. We have all kinds of tips and tricks for you, though, to get out of default and into our income-driven repayment plan, or lots of other options for you. Don't fret, don't fear, we can help you. Check us out at thecollegeinvestor.com. You can also like us all over social media, follow us and all that at The College Investor. You're pretty much going to find us wherever you are. Let us help you to get on the right plan and point you in the right direction. All right, and that is our show for today. We'll talk to you again real soon.